Big Z Reviews. Venom The Last Dance is the newest in the line of Marvel, Sony, villain Spider-Man verse movies. And this is the third movie in the Venom trilogy. And this might be the worst superhero trilogy ever made. But at the same time, I think this one might be my favorite of the three. You know, it's not saying much, but I found this one to be kind of fun in the same way that the Michael Bay Transformers movies were fun.
Told you we could fly!
Oh, they're so gruesome!
Jesus Christ! Where did this ship?
Who sent that thing?
My creator.
Of course.
So I am not a fan of this series. I mean, the first one was kind of an interesting way to do the character, although it's kind of like, why are they even doing this? And the second one was like, I think the first time we've ever seen Carnage on the big screen, and it was pretty bad. And I think that, like, the worst parts of the films were all the end big battle sequences. And it's funny, in this one, like, I'm not going to spoil it, but like a lot of the big ending stuff, there's still a lot of CGI, but it's actually much more readable or watchable. Like, you can understand what's happening. It seems like the same thing with the Transformers, like sometimes the big battles, like, it is a bunch of spinning metal that you couldn't really tell what's happening. Except for these, it was a bunch of spinning goo that you couldn't really see what was happening. And this one, at least, that the end, the big battles were kind of interesting. But, I mean, this one is directed and written by Kelly Marcel, and it mainly stars Tom Hardy, again, as Eddie Brock. And they also, in this one, introduces Chiwetel Ejiofor as, like, the military guy, and the Juno Temple as the scientist girl. And that, like, they don't really have too much development other than Juno Temple, like, she has, like, doesn't have one use of her one arm, because, like, she was electrocuted on the beach, which killed her brother, but just passed through her. But, I mean, they don't do too much. They don't spend too much time, you know, doing much with these characters. And, you know, most of the movie is just Tom Hardy and Venom, you know, shooting the shit, having a road trip adventure, while Null, the whole gimmick of this film is Null is like, he's like the king of the symbiotes. He's like a character from the comics that they're introducing. And it's kind of an interesting character. This is just kind of, they barely realize full GI. He's just kind of sitting in, like, all solemn while he orders his creations to search for the Codex, the MacGuffin for this film that Venom and Brock somehow made when he saved him in the first movie. But it's just, and it's voiced by Andy Serkis. But I mean, it's just like, it's just kind of, it feels a lot like, you know, the first Avengers, when they finally, you know, introduce Thanos. Like, that's kind of like, they actually might have a big bad for the Sony villain verse of Spider-Man without Spider-Man. Like, it seems if they want to do that, they will, but I don't know if they actually will. Like, it'd be kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, so many of the movies have failed. Like, I guess, would you do, like, an Avengers version of it and have, like, a big bad come in? I guess you could. You know, it could be fun. Like, so many of these, like, Sony villain-verse movies, like, so many of them are, like, really bad, but many of them are verging on fun and interesting because they're so bad. And this one isn't that. I think the second one is. The second Venom was so weird, with them arguing, and then him leaving and, like, going to a gay club, and that, like, and the Carnage and the guy playing him with the horrible red wig or whatever. There's, like, so much Woody Harrelson, you know, there is so much batshit insane stuff in that one. And this one is just kind of like a fun, like a road trip movie with Venom and the little black goo symbiote on his shoulder. And mostly he's not in full form too much because they can only see the codex when you're in your full Venom form. And it's like, yeah, whatever, it's all just kind of stupid bullshit, but like it's fine, And some of the stuff like with the Area 51, they're closing it, and they send up base at Area 55. It's so funny. There's one bit where like Shiota Ejiofor is doing like an eye scan thing and doing a whole thing where like they're setting up this like giant acid bath that's just like deconstructing the like things, and it's like that's a very elaborate setup for this. I think that's gonna come into play later on, especially when the full CGI like things that are hunting them are indestructible. I think I know that what they're going to do with that acid. Yeah, I think that's going to be very important later on. But it's. I think that the whole military guy stuff is pretty heavy-handed. Like they attack Eddie Brock and he has to kill someone like accidentally on purpose. Like why are they trying to kill him right now? It's not very clear. But the other part they're trying to like seem like they're thinking about working with the symbiotes, so they're trying to learn more about them. And I think the original symbiote would be very interesting to talk to. But it's whatever. It's bad, but I mean I had the most fun in this one. Like I don't know, like all of these I've only ever watched them once in theaters, never really felt a need to go back. And I don't know, like I still don't. But I think this one might be the most, like, would make me want to maybe sometime later watch the three of them and see what I think again. Because I mean, there's some fun stuff. I mean, there's a whole thing like they get in this van with these like this goofy family that wants to go see the deconstruction of Area 51. Well, there's so many stuff like they sure had an easy time getting into Area 51. I know a couple years ago in the whole thing they were like talking about the internet thing where they were going to rush Area 51. And they found out that it was not a good idea. It's a military base, and even if it's a deconstructed military base, it'd still be. There's a lot of plot holes, a lot of stupid shit. But at the same time, it's relatively fun, It's still not good. If I give like a 7 out of 10, 6.75 out of 10. But I mean, it's a fun time to be had in the movie theater. It's like you do a lot worse. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.